Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bianca and welcome to my makeup and astrology channel where I just do my makeup and talk about astrology. So yeah, you can go check out more videos. I post every Wednesday. I'm a consistent content queen, okay? From this point on, I'm going to be even more consistent. Why? Because now I'm putting out 2 new videos every week. Catch me on Wednesdays and Sundays. Yeah, so you get me twice a week spreading the knowledge on astrology. Rapper bars, period. This video might be a little long, and the reason why is because we're gonna be talking about the energy of the signs, all 12 of them. And we're gonna be doing my eyeshadow today. Yeah, I did my base makeup. This was posted last week, and we're just gonna do this purple pink look. I don't know why, but that's what I felt in my spirit today to give to you. Follow my Instagram or Twitter somewhere up on the screen. No, my Twitter is more active, so you'll have more interaction with me there. So let's get into this video. So we're gonna be doing a cut crease today. I'm really here trying to figure out how to do my eyes because I forgot. I primed my eyes a little bit with some concealer. And everything will be listed down below, and let's get started. So we're gonna start in order, of course, and talk about these signs and the energy. So we're gonna be combining basically everything that we've talked about so far. So we're gonna talk about Aries energy. Now, Aries energy, let's think about the modality and the elements, the polarity, the ruler. Let's think about that. So Aries is a cardinal fire sign with masculine energy ruled by Mars. It also rules the head. And when you think about Aries energy, it's kind of funny because Aries dives headfirst into things. It's going to be the pioneer. It's the first sign in the zodiac. Of course, it's going to be ready to get things rolling, get things started, get things popping off. They're going to be very passionate creators, very passionate in the things that they do, and they're going to be pioneers and leaders. Whether they want to or not, it's really just like people are going to thrust them in that leadership position because of their charisma, just the charisma that they have, you know, and just the way that they take action, the way that they're really always ready to go, just always ready to go. I do want to clarify, this is not me talking in any planet. Like, these are just the raw expression. Sorry. This is all just the raw expression of these energies. So what else? The thing is, Aries energy is very aggressive energy. Aggressive and combativeness. Even if it's not necessary in the moment, still got a little bit of that fire in them. Also, with the whole leadership role, the thing is, Aries, do you hear that? Do you hear how in your face energy that is? Who they gonna take advice from? Who they gonna listen to? Who can they sit there and say, I choose you to lead me? Who? No one. No one. Therefore, they must be the leader. Therefore, there's no other option. So the thing is, Aries want to complete their goal in the quickest amount of time possible. So they will really just find shortcuts and bulldoze anybody or any obstacle in their way. So that's kind of where their self-centeredness kicks in, because it's like everybody has a goal, everybody's on some type of purpose, mission. You know, y'all not the only ones, Aries. And I'm not talking about Aries sun. Again, this is just like Aries energy. And the thing is, Aries are ready to start a lot of projects at once and have a lot of goals that they want to achieve at once, and then that kind of causes them to burn out. That's where it's like they don't really get to see things through to fruition. And when planets are in Aries, they kind of become ego-oriented, lose focus, not lose focus, but lose perspective. So they are very much tunnel vision towards their goal, that they block out everything else, and also can lose that stamina to complete their goals. So what you really have to learn, what those planets have to learn, is to take others into consideration. Be aware that you're not the only person on this planet. Whole time I said that my spirit was called to do purple and pink. Well, my spirit was called to do something else. And what about it? Anywho, back to this. So now we're gonna talk about Taurus and Taurus energy. So Taurus is a fixed earth sign. It's feminine energy, and it is ruled by what is that? I was gonna say ruled by Libra. It's ruled by Venus. But Taurus and Libra share the same ruler, Venus. They also rule, Taurus itself rules the throat. So the thing is with Taurus, sexual energy and where it gets it from Venus, it can be slow. Think about that, earth fixed, very slow, very stubborn. It's really going to focus on sustaining and maintaining physical things. It's very much a physical energy situation over there. It's very much stuck in the physical. It questions self-worth a lot, and it might end up finding its self-worth in physical, beautiful things, you know, Venus energy. That energy is very inflexible, very stuck to its own ways, but it's also a very loyal and determined energy. Commitment, like it's gonna see things through. Planets that are in this sign tend to be slower, deliberate, grounded in the physical. The lesson that you have to learn is to really let go of that physical attachment. Stop trying to gain your self-worth and your identity through physicality. That's what planets need to learn when they're in Taurus, is that like this is just like your physical is just like entrapment for your real soul. So like to sit there and try and find your worth based off of your physicality, it's just not gonna add up. It's just not gonna add up. And yeah, that's about it. Should I start with a lighter purple first? Here, we're gonna go light. Now we're gonna go to Gemini energy. Remember that it is a mutable air sign with masculine energy, ruled by Mercury. So Gemini energy is very focused on duality and being objective and so Gemini rules hands and arms and lungs. So Gemini energy is very much about understanding duality, understanding both sides of the situation, both sides of the coin. It wants to explore the world, understand its own relationship to the world. So it does, in order to do that in its mind, in Gemini energy mind, it seeks out knowledge to understand everything, to understand how everything relates to the world. So Gemini energy is very understanding, very much wanting to communicate ideas with others. It's a very quick motion. It's very flexible as opposed to Taurus. Flexible, very versatile, really ready to adapt. Planets, when they're in Gemini, are quicker to action, quicker to motion. But the thing is, they always feel like there's two options that they can take. They always feel like there's more than just one choice. So that's why, let me see. That's why it could be a little bit of a struggle when planets are in Gemini, especially like planets like Mars being in Gemini, because Mars wants direct action and doesn't want to stop and have to think about two different choices. These planets will then be more flexible and open to changes. But the thing is that Gemini is just so flexible and so adaptable that they try to avoid they try to avoid obstacles and confrontation just by just switching. It's not even that they don't necessarily don't want to, but it's just, it could be too taxing. They're like, we don't have time for this, and just switch up. So it's really just wanting to slow down and take a look at the bigger picture instead of getting focused on just the small things. So now we're gonna go to Cancer. Cancer energy is cardinal, water, feminine, and ruled by moon. So Cancer also rules the breast and stomach. Cancer is like the first sign that really can experience the full range of emotions at this point, so far from what we're talking about. Really about that emotional and soul identity. It's really about that, really about nurturing and protecting and loving and caring energy, especially towards family. And they know Cancer energy is knowing that nurturing others is nurturing self, knowing that we're all connected. And it's not even that Cancer is aware of this connection completely, it just knows that when nurturing other people, it feels good. So when planets are in Cancer, they can be very sensitive to feelings, and when they're more sensitive to these feelings, you can kind of lose objectivity. So a lesson to learn here would be to learn to be more self-reliant and not depend on others to gain your security. Don't depend on having to nurture other people, and don't be dependent on having to have other people nurture you back. Nurture yourself. So now we're gonna talk about Leo. Leos are very much fire energy, fixed energy, masculine energy, and ruled by the sun. So Leo energy is taking that Cancer energy of knowing that we are all related to each other and there's that relation, and it takes it a step further to like, I want approval from others. So you want to like, Leo energy is very much sustaining and maintaining your identity, like what makes you special, what makes you unique. And you're gonna express this energy freely. Leo definitely wants to creatively express their identity, but also Leo energy can forget that other people are special too, and want the center of attention to always be focused on them. And the thing is, Leos, they do give. Leo energy is very giving energy, but it's not unconditional. Leo energy is giving in hopes of something in return. So hopes of praise, affection, attention. Yeah. I might need to darken it up just a tad, like a bit. But so planets in Leo can become more open and more generous and more creative, but they're also going to be a little bit more self-centered. Like why am I exposing myself? But I have Leo in my Venus and Mercury. I really want people to like pay attention to my ideas, pay attention to my thoughts. In relationships, I want all the attention to be on me. Listen, I already know. Don't drag me. Don't come for me. Thank you. I guess the lesson that you really have to learn is that everybody else is special in their own way. Everybody else in the collective, everybody else in the group is also special. Doesn't make you any less special. You know, you have to acknowledge that to kind of get rid of that self-centeredness and realize that validation shouldn't come from others. Your sense of worth, because remember, fixed energy does want to talk about like their own self-worth. That self-worth does not come from others. It comes from yourself, thinking that you are special and praising yourself, you know? Boop. We're gonna keep it right there on the outer bit. So we're gonna talk about the next energy, the next zodiac sign, Virgo. And Virgo energy is, so Virgo is ruled by Mercury and it is a earth sign. It's mutable and feminine. So the thing with that, Virgo also rules the lower intestine. So now, instead of trying to be special and get approval that way, like how Leo does it, Virgo wants to get approval by being of service to other people. They want to complete and perfect the physical plane. So there is something, like there are ties to harvest with Virgo. They're literally trying to gain the most bountiful harvest and give it to others and share the wealth, you know? That's really a Virgo energy. So Virgos are very mentally there. That Mercury ruled energy kind of gives it that to them. So some people will be like, Virgo is the air earth sign, like there's an air quality to it. Very mental, very much on looking at the details and making connections and being logical and having reason and using reason. Very much complex analysis. And there is like a stereotype of Virgos being neat freaks, Virgo energy having like a very neat freak. And it's not necessarily that they're neat freaks, they're more critiques. They'll be the first to critique you about a dirty room, but they room dirty too. They're like, yeah, I know that this is a mess. I'm not trying to act like I'm better than you, but like, we're critiquing here and you should fix that. Like, I know I should fix my room, but like, you should fix your room too. Boom. That's really that energy. Definitely liking this look. I'm so excited. So planets, when they're in Virgo, they're gonna be much more efficient, more precise, focused on the physical. The lesson here is to not be too critical, because Virgo energy can want you to perfect things. Try not to be so critical and understand that perfection is not real. You can just work towards being better, and that's really it. So I'm gonna cut my crease, see if I can do one on camera. The other one I will be doing in the mirror. I'm not about to play with y'all. Cut. The crease is cut. The crease is cut. And we're going to do that on the next side right here. Okay. And boom. We're done cutting the crease. Guys, just trying to perfect this part after I just talked about how Virgo shouldn't be trying to perfect things. Boop. Now let's put this yellow on. So while we put this yellow on, we're gonna talk about Libra energy. Okay, so Libra is ruled by Venus with air energy, masculine energy, and cardinal energy. Libra rules the kidney and the lower back. This is when we start to recognize other people as being individuals, as being like their own individual person that isn't there to reassure us, that like they're just their own person with their own abilities and their own wants and needs. Like that Libra energy is when we start to really realize that. And not just realize, but where we start to care. Because before, we weren't doing things because we care. We were doing things for our own selfish reasons. Libra is very much about objectivity, just like Gemini was. And they really do start to see other people's viewpoint. Ooh, this looks so good on camera. Who's talking to me? Where am I going? Nowhere. But I look good. So the thing is, remember it's a cardinal sign, so it wants to express identity. But the thing is, Libra energy is very much finding your own identity through relationships, through one-on-one relationships with other people. And because of the objectiveness of Libra, they're able to see both sides, and they have more of a little like a justice need, like a need for justice, a need for compromise, a need for like they understand that actions have consequences, which can make them not want to act at all. And this like desire for relationships, not just romantic but just in general, can lead you to be dependent on other people. Planets, when they're in the sign of Libra, are more balanced, more willing to compromise, more willing to see both sides. But the lesson here is to find balance for expressing yourself and allowing other people to express themselves. Learning the value in give and take, because that's what true balance is. For you to just give and have other people's take and take, that's not helping anybody. That's not balance. That's not the harmony that you seek. Therefore, don't do that. Also, like, don't try and rely on other people for your wholeness. These edges, I'm not even really adding more product. I feel like I added a little bit more purple, but I feel like the product is a good amount. Probably gonna add more yellow to this top, but I have a little bit of yellow here. Ooh, who's talking to me looking like this? So let's talk about Scorpio energy, ruled by Mars, as water and feminine energy and fixed energy attached to it. So it takes those one-on-one relationships from Libra and brings it to a deeper emotional level. It wants to really dive in and relate to other people on a deep transformational level. You know, definitely a lot about emotional self-worth. Experiences emotions more intensely. But the thing is, with Scorpio, it's all these intense emotions are underneath the surface. So it's like the tip of the iceberg with Scorpio. Scorpio has a more so healing spirit by connecting with individuals on an emotional level. Scorpio energy definitely is an introspective energy, really looking in on oneself and discovering your hidden wounds and hidden emotions and just hidden desires. It's just searching for whatever is hidden within you. And planets that are in Scorpio gain that depth and intensity. Ooh, you gain the intensity of Scorpio, because nothing is ever half-assed with Scorpio. It's very in there. This planet will be an agent of change and transformation, but there is a lesson here, Scorpio. Maybe everything is a little too intense, too much, too many different times. Learn to relax and let things go and just enjoy life. Just enjoy the simplicities of life. Not everything has to be this grand scheme, deeper, darker meanings of things, you know? And then, oh, I don't think I mentioned that Scorpio rules reproductive organs. But we're gonna go to Sagittarius, and then after Sagittarius I'm gonna do some stuff off camera because I don't want to bore you, and then I'll come and finish it. With Sagittarius, you know, fire, mutable, masculine, ruled by Jupiter. That plays a part, because this is where you begin to understand that we're part of something bigger. When you think of like Gemini was definitely trying to explore this world and understand the world. And Sagittarius is really where you get that, oh, we're like, the world is bigger than just us. Like, we're part of something even greater, and it definitely wants to, Sagittarius energy is where we want to see how we fit into the larger scheme of things. They're gonna want where you seek new experiences and information, explore philosophy, spirituality, religion, you know, Jupiter, thought waves, very much concerned with the big picture. Oh, I don't know why I didn't say this. It rules hips and thighs. Want to put that out there. Sagittarius energy is very idealistic and very stuck in the beliefs that they have found. But you know, they are willing to change when they are met with a good enough argument, I would say. So planets that are in Sagittarius, planets in Sagittarius in this sign, can be more independent and changeable. Remember, mutable. Sagittarius is mutable. And very opinionated about their ideas. Remember that fire energy is gonna be like rah rah rah. I'm right, you're wrong. Shut up. That's really the tea of it. I guess lessons is to be more aware of others. Not just aware of others, but be aware of the needs and feelings of others. You're very blunt, and not everybody needs that right now. Have more tact about yourself. And the thing is, when you're met with opposition or obstacles, you'll leave, like with that whole mutable thing, you'll leave and adjust. With that mutable thing and like Jupiter energy, you'll just go. You'll just leave. You'll just fan that off and go. You have to learn to stay and adjust and not just avoid problems. The rest of my eye stuff, probably set this, and yeah, I will be back in a couple minutes. Well, for you, a second. So, be right back. And I am back, guys. I did my lashes, put my gloss on, and set my face with my setting spray. And we're just gonna go through these last three. Gotta hurry up before the sun goes down and it's too dark to film. Into my bottom lashes because that was gonna take too much time, and I'm already running out of light, and my mom wants to shred some papers, so we gonna get this knocked out. So the next thing that we're gonna talk about is Capricorn energy, which is feminine energy, earth energy, cardinal energy, and it is ruled by Saturn. Capricorn rules the skeleton and the knees. It will take personal responsibility for the group, and it wants to create laws and structures. Remember, it was going to define itself. Its identity is based on what they have accomplished. What physical and tangible things have they accomplished? Very hardworking, probably like the hardest working zodiac sign. Remember, it's cardinal, so it's really gonna zone in on the goal that it has and kind of get tunnel vision and not really think about the other things. So when planets are in Capricorn, they have very more focused, very practical, ambitious, very clear defined set of goals. Very independent and self-reliant is what these planets kind of take on. But there's a lesson to be learned where you need to, like, what's the rush in maturing so much? Why don't you work on your inner child some more? Learn how to play, learn how to relax and let go. Kind of the same thing as Scorpio, but for different reasons. Like, boundaries are important. We understand that the boundaries are important to you, but learn how to be free within those boundaries so that you're still comfortable. You know, find your inner joy. and tap into your inner emotions and your inner child. Really nurture your inner child. That's what the lesson is with Capricorn energy. With Aquarius energy, it is masculine, fixed, air energy. Even though people do think that it's water, it's because of the whole aqua part, but it is air, and it's ruled by Saturn. And Aquarius rules the ankles and circulatory system. So that's the thing. Aquarius is going to look at these structures. Aquarius energy is going to really look at these structures and see if they are best for the group. Aquarius are very idea oriented, want personal freedom. They don't want so much structure that people can't be themselves. They don't want so many boundaries that it just suffocates the individuals. So they kind of have more of a balance here. So they're tearing down these old structures and building new ones. They have an idea of the perfect world of utopia, and they try to make that a reality, but there is like a kind of like an uphill battle with Aquarius because of that air energy. Very abstract ideas, hard to implement them. They can find it hard to make these ideas workable and realistic. And Aquarius energy is definitely someone who's a team player. It's definitely team player energy. It's very much, there's no I in team. So planets that are in Aquarius will have more perspective and objectivity from that, air sign, and very focused on group dynamic and how the group and what the group needs and how the group feels. But it needs, the lesson that you need to learn here and what you need to get from this energy is to be more flexible with your ideas, because remember, it is a fixed sign, so it's gonna hold on to the ideas but you have to listen to the other individuals and accommodate what they need also when you build these new structures. Now we have the last sign in the zodiac, which is Pisces. Pisces energy, feminine, water, mutable, and ruled by Jupiter. So Pisces rules the feet. This is where Pisces really is where you want to merge people to become one. It understands that we're all one. That's what Pisces energy really is. Pisces energy is where it will take negative emotions from other people and kind of change them and transmute them into something more positive, something more beneficial to the group. And Pisces is really where you get that unconditional love expression. A lot of faith with Pisces, the faith to surrender your ego and merge with the universe. That's where you get that Jupiter in there. Jupiter is a very much yes planet, but it's able to sit there and say yes all the time because it has faith. So the thing is though, when planets are in Pisces, they can lose direct action. They lose the ability to take direct action. Remember, Aries is all about that direct action. Pisces is very one with the world, one with the universe. Pisces definitely gives off hippie vibes to me. They can be extremely sensitive, unaware of boundaries, unaware of when they're crossing other people's boundaries, and unaware of when other people are crossing their boundaries. So there's a lesson with this, is to form stronger boundaries and not feeling like you have to completely sacrifice yourself for other people, because Pisces energy is very much a sacrificial, self-martyring energy due to them knowing that we're all one, and knowing like that knowledge of like we're all one. So it's like, well, why not just like take a hit for the team? Like, we're all part of the same team. We're all heading towards the same goal of acknowledging our higher self and all this other stuff. So they're just like, I might as well sacrifice myself There's also want to escape the physical and go to the spiritual, but you know, it has to learn to be more grounded in the physical and more present in the physical instead of always in la la dreamland. I hope that you learned about the overall raw energy of these signs, and now we're gonna start talking more about planets in specific signs. Now we're going to really get into how these planets are expressed through these signs, and how you can really start applying it to your own chart now. So I'm excited for that. I can't wait for that. And so I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys take something from this. If you did, like, let me know what you learned, something new that you learned in the comment section. And subscribe, because we are putting out content every Wednesday and Sunday now. So why not? We're all doing the same thing, which is nothing. In the house bored, bored in the house. So you might as well watch me. And yeah, so I will see you guys on Sunday. Bye.